So making his way down the runway towards the boxing ring is Odiljon ASLONOV, undefeated in his professional career, 8 fights under his belt to date, 7 wins, 1 draw, no losses, no stranger to IBA Champions Night action, having featured on the Sapukov event last August. And he's faced off against another of the boxers who will be on the card tonight, that is Shadiri Bwagi of Uganda. But tonight he is facing an opponent from Georgia.
А сейчас приветствуйте его соперник, боксер из России, Пеле Садоян.
So Pele Sadoyan, experienced boxer, born in Georgia, in the capital, Tbilisi, resides in Russia, 14 bouts under his belt as a professional, 9 wins, 4 of them inside the distance, 3 losses and 2 draws. Been away from the boxing ring for some time. His last outing was in November of 2021, so out of the ring for some 2 years and 3 months. But speaking to him at the weigh-in ceremony, he is keen to showcase his skills and get the bit back between his teeth and resume his boxing career under the IBA banner.
Итак, дамы и господа, это первый бой нашего вечера. 6-раундовый поединок в весовой категории до 80 килограммов. Представляю участников этого боя. Первым боксера в черном углу. Ему 29 лет, его рост 178 сантиметров. Мастер спорта международного класса. 4-кратный чемпион Узбекистана. Финалист чемпионата Азии с профессиональным рекордом 7 побед, 1 ничья, 3 победы нокаутом из Бухары, Республика Узбекистан. Приветствуйте, Odiljon ASLONOV! Боксеру в золотом углу 25 лет. Его рост 170 сантиметров. Профессиональный рекорд насчитывает 14 боев, 9 побед, 2 ничьих и 3 поражения. 4 яркие победы нокаутом. Он представляет Тамбов и Краснодар. Приветствуйте, Пеле Садоян! Рефери боя Тина Полетан, Босния и Герцеговина.
So Tina Politan brings the boxers together for their final instructions.
No holding, no low blows. Good luck.
So there, a quick rundown of the tail of the tape. Considerable height advantage for Odiljon ASLONOV. Will he be able to make that greater range and reach tail as both boxers answer the opening bell in a light heavyweight contest scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds between boxers from Georgia and Russia. The man wearing the right white trunks, who has made a brisk start, getting inside and working away behind the elbows of his opponent, fighting out of the black corner. The man in the white trunks trimmed with gold is Pele Sadoyan, returning to ring action after a bout of inactivity. But my goodness, he has come out of the gate quickly and looking to target the torso of his taller opponent. There you see him working with that left hook to the body once again. And the two men standing toe-to-toe, very little lateral movement, and just testing the mettle of one another at short and mid-range. Good left hook to the body, sunk in by ASLONOV. But then look at the work from Sadoyan as he responds, scoring effectively both upstairs and downstairs in the opening minute of this first round. You see ASLONOV trying to pull the glove down and make room for his right hand that he fired in. And the art of infighting being demonstrated very effectively indeed in the opening first half of this first round. Terrific left hook to the body was a counter shot from ASLONOV after the uppercut from Sadoyan was off the mark. And again, no twinkle-toed movement being offered by either boxer. They planted their feet into the canvas of the ring and went looking for heavy, hurtful hooks and uppercuts right from the opening bell. That perhaps the first jab we've seen of the entire contest. And it came from ASLONOV as he's looking to find a range. half uppercut was countered by a left hook from Sadyan. Nice overhand right landed by the man in black from Uzbekistan. Good stab jab to the body from ASLONOV, but then look at the bustling work downstairs once again from Sadyan. But now ASLONOV just looking to make use of that greater range and reach, and is beginning to utilize his lead left hand in educated fashion, snapping it out before stepping back into mid-range once again as the two men exchange left hooks down to the body. First clinch of the contest, it has been non-stop punching for practically 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Napolitan having to issue the command of break for the first time tonight, as again they resume this phone box encounter, toe-to-toe, chest-to-chest.
No holding hold. Stop.
ASLONOV
Box.
looking to score, quickening the feet, trying to change angles in front of his man, but Sadyan was hit to it. Now Sadyan just presenting a different guard, relaxing his arms momentarily. 10-second clapper has sounded. Good right hand sunk in beneath the left elbow, scored by ASLONOV. An action-packed opening 3 minutes. Both men letting their hands go relentlessly for the entirety of the round.
Здесь умеренно глубоко. Еще, да, болит тебя еще?
Секунданты.
Into the second round of a light heavyweight contest scheduled for 6, and the pattern that was established right from the opening bell resumes once again. Both men not leaving the center of the boxing ring. Don't think the ropes have been tested once in this contest. And now straight punches being brought into the arsenal more prominently of Odiljon ASLONOV. Stripping out that lead left hand. Nice dip at the knees from Sadyan to go beneath it, but he's not avoiding those left hooks that have been slammed in just above his belt line. That was a ratio of about 4-1. 3 left hooks landed without reply, then a counter punch came from Sadyan, and then it was ASLONOV who sunk in another scoring blow to the man's torso. There's the Sunday punch once more on this Sunday fight afternoon. ASLONOV just increasing his punch output now and beginning to bring more straight punches into his repertoire. Nice 3-punch salvo from Sadyan.
Break. Stop. Box.
Lead right hand on the resumption after the command of box from Napolitan, and now this is a really dangerous tactic
Box.
from Sadyan. He dropped his hand, and I think he was still within punching range to complain to the referee that he felt a shot was low, but the referee, Napolitan, optimally placed. That's a cracking right hook behind the high-held left hook glove of Sadyan. Defense is just beginning to leak a little bit now. And Odiljon ASLONOV was such an accomplished IBA boxer over the 3-round format. Nice head movement from Sadyan to avoid the gunshot of a right hand that was fired in. And now it's interesting to see that it's Sadyan keen to initiate a clinch. Remember his first ring action for some 2 years, so he's certainly rested. He demonstrated that in the opening round. But how accustomed will he be to fighting at pace, and no problem whatsoever. And the man who's been hurt to the body has Sadyan. At least he appeared to be, and ASLONOV senses that. going body hunting once again. Nice right uppercut fight before initiating a clinch from Sadyan. Sadyan still showing quality with his output, but the heavier leather now and the more frequent punches being put forth by Odiljon ASLONOV, who is getting onto the front foot now. And look at how Sadyan is being backed up towards the perimeter of the boxing ring as his back touches the strands for the first time in the fight. There you see that move. Oh, terrific work to the body. And again, he's pulling the defenses down. Is ASLONOV making room for his right hand, coming off the ropes with a burst of quick-footed activity before taking 2 shots at the gong is Sadyan. And after the first round was practically punch for punch, well, for my money, Odiljon ASLONOV put clear daylight between himself and Pele Sadyan during the course of that second round, because Sadyan showed his quality still in terms of the manner in which he put his punches together. But Odiljon ASLONOV, greater punch output, greater volume, and he seemed to be getting the purchase on his punches that at least on one occasion appeared to put Sadyan into a fair bit of discomfort. Will this 60-second interval be enough for his energy levels to recover? Will he be able to resume the type of punch output and intensity that he demonstrated in the opening round?
Секунданты. Третий раунд.
So, both men just taking their time to resume the action to begin round number 3, and now it's a different set of tactics being employed by Sadyan upon his toes before voluntarily retreating to the ropes. But look at that double right hook followed by a left hook, body, head, and then a left hook to the head as well. But again, continuing to invest in body shots is ASLONOV, stalking his man and slamming in really muscular hooks to the torso. There's another one that just momentarily bent over Sadyan. Beautiful left jab as Sadyan responds with a left jab of his own, but he's using that tactic to terrific effect. Is ASLONOV pulling down the glove of his opponent, making room for his own right hand, and then finding a home for it in the space that he has created. Minute gone in this third round. Sadyan trying to present a different tactic to ASLONOV now, not standing toe-to-toe, using the space of the ring, demonstrating lateral movement, but still he's being found effectively by the efficient punch output of ASLONOV, who scores heavily to the body once again. Sadyan responds to make it an exchange, but it was first and third boxing from ASLONOV. Double jab, quadruple jab on a resumption before bringing the right hand into play is the man from Uzbekistan. And he's putting such variety on that right hand in particular, throwing it from a whole range of angles and then slamming in another potent left hook to the body of Sadyan once again. Of course, shots to the head can take a man out in an instant, but when you continue to absorb body punches from an effective body puncher as ASLONOV, such as ASLONOV, well, it can really take its toll in the second half of a contest. See movement being proffered by Sadyan now, but will he be able to keep that going if he keeps absorbing body punches like that? He responds with a good right hand to the body of his own.
Hold on. Look at me. Keep your head up. Box.
Nice change of angles by quick use of the feet from ASLONOV. And that was a burst of punches without reply, which is continuing to keep going. One-way traffic through this portion of the round on the resumption for ASLONOV.
No holding on.
And again, it's Sadyan who is keen to initiate a clinch.
Break.
Nothing wrong with the desire or competitive spirit of Sadyan if he scores with a good right hook. But then it's ASLONOV who's going in pursuit of him once again. And again, look at the accuracy on that backhand from ASLONOV, sensing that he's backing his man up and punched him all the way through. And indeed, the gong, beyond the gong, to conclude the third round.
Переходи на зеленый. Это цвет весны и твоей удачи. Регистрируйся в Лиге ставок и получи бонус 2222 рубля. Начни большую игру.
Калетак будешь захудать. Анту задание тамам. Чевикни просто. Да туда хор будет кипать темпа бардор, дикипать дархор не тамам. Да. Яла когда да. Я ино айсин. Тамам.
Он после этого бьет по плечу и возвращает руку. Лишняя, правая.
Секунданты. Четвертый раунд.
So into the second half of this light heavyweight contest we go. And after a really evenly fought first round, where it was toe-to-toe for the entirety of the 3-minute stanza, for my money in rounds 2 and 3, even though Sadyan is always in the fight, it is ASLONOV who has established himself as the governor of the fight, because he's just getting the better of the exchanges for my money. And again, you see sometimes he's landing without reply, that jab and then downward arcing right hand, just dipping the knees of Sadyan. Napolitan speaking to ASLONOV about the infringement of leading with his elbow. Nice right hand landed by Sadyan. But again, it's greater volume as the left hand creating space for his right hand once again from ASLONOV. Multiple medalist in IBA 3-round boxing in his home national championships, including taking the 75-kilogram middleweight national title in 2019. You don't need me to tell you that if you come out on the podium, or indeed top spot of the podium in the boxing crazy nation of Uzbekistan, well, you must be quite an operator. That is what Odiljon ASLONOV is. We saw a little bit of showboating from Sadyan, just pointing into the crowd as if to say, the shot you were searching for me with did nothing but cause a cool breeze and went out into the stadium afternoon air. Bit of a conversation from Sadyan a few moments ago, intimating to ASLONOV that he caught him low. And ASLONOV, rather gentlemanly, in rather gentlemanly fashion, not throwing any punches while he was being given some verbals by his Georgian opponent. But again, it's greater punch output coming from ASLONOV as he quickens his feet in front of his man once again. Good defenses with the gloves from Sadyan. On that occasion they weren't breached. Nice right uppercut on the resumption from Sadyan. His quality and pedigree is such that he is always in the contest. But again, I'm just not sure that he's doing enough to win, because you see there was a trade-off, but it was the better of the exchange secured by ASLONOV. More punches, more accurate punches. Both of them appear to be hitting at a similar level of pop. But it's ASLONOV who's letting his hands go with more frequency. Just made to miss by good backward movement on the toes from Sadyan. Nice movement in the pocket once again from ASLONOV, from Sadyan, to cause ASLONOV to miss. Closing seconds of this fourth round. Left jab was blocked by Sadyan. His counter left hook was off the mark. So, sporting touch of glove to conclude the round. I think these two men have got the respect of one another in what have been 4 really hard-fought rounds thus far. Well, Pele Sadyan engaging with the crowd, asking for some encouragement, rising up off his stool incredibly early to answer the bell for round number 5, showing his opponent that despite the shots he's absorbed, that he's still very much up for this fight. So into the 5th round then. 80 kilogram light heavyweight action. Both men scaling in just under the 80 kilogram limit. Slightest of weight advantages for ASLONOV. Weighing just 500 grams under the, just 5 grams under the 80 kilogram limit. It's 500 grams to spare on the weight of Sadoyan. Good variance of power being shown by ASLONOV through this portion of the round. Just touching his man with the jab before looking to increase the power in it once again. Well, as hard fought as it's been, shots landed after the bell on occasion. The jab of ASLONOV effective once again. Beautiful left hook to the body, doubled over Sadoyan, and he's tucking up, but then keeping the attack going is ASLONOV. I was going to say the contest has been fought in a terrific spirit, despite the shots after the gong, despite the occasional baleful glare. And again, it's Sadoyan who, after absorbing those shots on the rope, particularly to his body, just keen to initiate a clinch, gain some respite before momentarily turning the tables on his man. On the resumption, he initiates the attack with a good lead right hand. And again, the manner in which he's going about his craft here shows that he really does know his way around the boxing ring. Sadoyan, despite being from Georgia, he resides in Tambov in Russia. All of his professional contests have been here in his adopted homeland. And he's come back to the ring after this absence with renewed energy and fervor. For my money, with a minute remaining in the 5th, he needs a stoppage. Big swing and a miss with the right hand, and now it's ASLONOV returning the compliment that Sadoyan paid him in the previous round, going in search of that right hand that missed by some distance. Billy Joe Saunders from the pro ranks, Floyd Mayweather as well, would make opponents miss and then look out over the top rope for it. But again, beautiful right uppercut, countered by a left hook from Sadoyan, but it was the lead right uppercut from ASLONOV. It was a beautifully picked punch. So increasing amounts of clinching now from the Georgian veteran. Beautiful left hook to the body and then an explosive 2-shot salvo upstairs. Terrific portion of the round from Pele Sadoyan.
Заключительный 6-й раунд.
So into the 6th and final round then, both boxers receiving a generous round of applause from the crowd in attendance here at the Academy of Martial Arts, because this has been a cracking show opener between two skillful boxers. Odiljon ASLONOV getting to work with a jab, but then look at the heavy leather being unloaded by Pele Sadoyan. Beautiful lead right hook twice in quick succession from ASLONOV. And then he drops it down to the body. And again, whoops of appreciation being hollowed out by Sadoyan. He really is enjoying himself up in there. Remember, he's been out of the ring for some 2 years and 3 months, but he's returning to the ring full of glee. Short of getting his man out of there in the remaining 2 minutes and change, I don't think he's going to have his hand raised as the victor here tonight. but he has shown that he is very much a competitive boxer and will provide a good night's work for any operator coming out of the opposite corner on IBA Champions Night event. Beautiful move in the pocket to make his man miss, but then how about that for footwork in the pocket from ASLONOV to spin around the target, reposition himself and check the chin of Sadoyan with a beautiful left hook. Now he gets back to work with the jab. Jab has been really effective from the second round onwards for Odiljon ASLONOV. Nice right hand to the body from Sadoyan. The two men waltz one another around the ring, forcing the intervention of the referee. And again, there's that quick-footed movement on the inside once again, counterclockwise to his right from ASLONOV to spin around the target and just uncoil hooks from a different position. Running back into range is ASLONOV. Beautiful left hook to the body from ASLONOV. Nice right uppercut on the inside from Sadoyan. And it's been that type of contest throughout. Sadoyan invariably, inevitably, always finding an answer, but I don't think he's answered often enough to have his hand raised as the victor here. Beautiful right uppercut as inching back into range was ASLONOV, and he was met by a right uppercut from underneath by Pele Sadoyan. So final 30 seconds of the final round. Nice right uppercut with a scoring shot from ASLONOV. Sadoyan just punctuating the action with increasing amounts of clinching here now. On the 10-second clapper, it's ASLONOV who gets on his toes, increases the distance between himself as an opponent and his opponent, and then steps back into range and helps him.
Прежде чем мы узнаем победителя, ваши аплодисменты обоим боксерам. Итак, в первом поединке нашего вечера единогласным решением судей победу одержал боксер из черного угла Odiljon ASLONOV, Узбекистан. И ваши аплодисменты его сопернику Пеле Садояну.
Our show opener, 6 3-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division, and it is Odiljon ASLONOV declared a victor on points. But Pele Sadoyan playing his part in what was a wonderfully competitive affair. But after the first round, ASLONOV able to demonstrate more variety in his work, bringing his jab more frequently into effect. But Pele Sadoyan with some wonderful cameos and was in the contest every second of the way, just not doing enough to win the contest. But the two of them combining for a terrifically competitive show opener on this night of 8 bouts.
Установите приложение Лиги ставок и пройдите